Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys volleyball contest as part of the 2026 MIAA Division I State Tournament Final Four. Today's state semifinal contest pits the third-seeded Redhawks of Natick High School against the second-seeded defending state champion Brookline High Warriors. Well, fans, some matchups are just meant to be. After all we've gone through this season, it had to come down to this. 4 Bay State Conference rivals competing in this year's semifinals, with Brookline and Natick to face off here, and then Needham and Newton North to face off afterwards. The same 4 teams that faced off in the semifinals last year, but this time with a little bit of a different matchup. And could there be 2 more evenly matched opponents for this first semifinal than Brookline and Natick? The Brookline High Warriors finished the regular season with a record of 14 wins and 2 losses to earn the second spot in the MIAA Power Rankings. Meanwhile, Natick finished with a record of 14 and 3 and finished third in the Power Rankings. Both teams swept their way through the round of 32 and the round of 16. Brookline besting Woburn and Arlington, Natick besting Somerville and Barnstable. And then both were slightly challenged, finishing with a 3-1 victory in the round of 8, with Brookline defeating Newton South and Natick defeating Agawam. And now here they stand, 2 of the last 4 teams remaining in a rubber match after splitting their regular season series right down the middle. And when I say right down the middle, fans, I mean right down the middle. Brookline defeated Natick in their first matchup in Brookline back on April 9th, winning 3-2 with set scores of 25-23, 21-25, 20-25, 26-24, and 15-13. They had their rematch in Natick on May 19th, with Natick this time getting the 3-2 match win with set scores of 20-25, 25-22, 17-25, 25-20, and 18-16. And as I put some stat graphics on the screen, some of you who are really good at math might have already figured this out. Not only did these 2 teams win the same number of matches between their 2 regular season matchups, with each one winning 1, not only did they win the same number of sets, with both teams winning 5 sets across the 2 matches, but both teams literally won the same number of points across those 2 matches. Both Brookline and Natick winning a total of 215 points across the 10 sets they played against each other in their regular season matchups. And in both cases, the team that actually won more points in the match lost. Natick getting 3 more points than Brookline in that first matchup that Brookline ended up winning. And then Brookline getting 3 more points than Natick in the match that Natick ended up winning. So you just have no idea what we're going to get here. And I'll get back to those stats in a second, but first I want to make sure that we thank our sponsor for today's broadcast. This broadcast is once again brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. Brookline High sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honeydew lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com, or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And you can find all that information about Brookline Proven down in the bottom middle of your screen. You can see their website and phone number down there, as well as in the description section of this video down below. And also in that description section, you can find the link and phone number for our local charity spotlight for today, the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in our community. Among the foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. Your help is crucial to supporting these Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442 to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. Once again, that's brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442. And once again, all those links and phone numbers can be found in the description section down below. And also, for those of you watching on YouTube, if there's anything you'd like to say, you can say it in the live chat here on YouTube. You can also send me an email with any messages you might have. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. We got our first few notes. First from Florencia Pereira Siegel. I'm sorry if I botched that completely. Saying, "Let's go Warriors." And then one of our regular commenters, though he usually sends an email, Mark Forgas in the live chat saying, "Hi, Jesse." Thank you so much for tuning in, Florencia and Mark, and everybody who's tuning into this one. I hope you guys enjoy the broadcast. We got a little less than 2 minutes on the pregame clock here at Newton South as we get ready for this Final Four matchup. And you can see with the stat graphics that I put up on the screen, not only showing just how dead even these teams have been in terms of the total points they won as teams, but also the stats that individual players have accumulated over these two epic matches that these two teams have played. On Brookline's side, number 19, Alex Smagula, accumulating 97 assists, 5 kills, 3 blocks, and 2 aces as Brookline's starting setter. For Natick, their starting setter, number 15, Luke Dratch, with 90 assists to go with 4 kills, 4 aces, and 4 blocks. For Brookline, their top hitter, number 1, Amir Tomer, with 37 kills, 4 aces, and 4 blocks. For Natick, their top hitter, number 11, Mike Costa, with 30 kills and 5 blocks. And I think they're soon going to take over with some PA announcer stuff and starting lineups and national anthem and all that good stuff. Trying to round out the stats as quickly as I can. For Brookline, number 99, Liam Raybold, with 28 kills, 6 blocks, and 1 ace in the 2 regular season matches against Natick. Number 3, Kaisal Fakuri, 18 kills, 5 assists, 1 block. Number 20, Luca Gallucci, 13 kills, 7 blocks. Number 18, Zach Spencer, who only played in the second match, 8 kills, 2 blocks, 1 assist. Number 10, Henry White, who only played in the first match, 4 kills and 5 blocks. Number 6, Jacob Lamb, the libero, 3 assists and 1 ace. Number 26, Sebi Levy with 1 assist. And for Natick, rounding out for them, number 8, Matt Andrade with 17 kills and 12 blocks. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing any of him and his strength in the middle as a middle blocker for Natick, as he is out of the country right now, unable to play today. Rounding out the rest of the stats for Natick, number 7, Whitaker Fela-Ray, with 16 kills, 3 blocks, 2 assists, and 1 ace in the 2 regular season matchups against Brookline. Number 10, Evan Katz, with 16 kills, 2 aces, 2 assists, and 1 block. Number 12, Henry Engelman, with 14 kills, 4 blocks, and 1 ace. Number 1, the libero, Dhruv Sirigiri, with 5 assists and 1 ace. Number 6, Quinn Lord, with 3 kills and 1 block. And number 5, Daniel Brasco, with 2 aces. So a big collection of stats there between the two teams. Hope that was Nice little preamble here for what promises to be an epic showdown between these two Bay State Conference rivals. These two teams have been duking it out in one epic match after another for a few years now, and this promises to be another exciting chapter in this rivalry.
Between the number 3 seeded Natick Redhawks and the number 2 seeded Brookline High School Warriors.
PA announcer's taking over, so I'm going to go quiet for a bit.
Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. We ask that your actions and words always demonstrate respect for players, coaches, and officials. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA school or security official. Now let's welcome the teams to the court. Now let's meet the players and coaches from both teams. First, from Natick, number 1, Daruv Sirigiri. Number 2, Ethan E. Number 5, Daniel Brasco. Number 6, Quinn Lord. Number 7, Whitaker Faye Ray. Number 9, Ben Etunez. Number 10, Evan Katz. Number 11, Mike Costa. Number 12, Henry Engelman. Number 13, Phineas Randa. Number 15, Luke Dratch. Number 14, Alejandro Vanas. And number 4, Tyler Katz. The head coach for Natick is Bob Harless. Assistant coaches, Brendan Carroll, Brian Fayley, and Elkin Ruiz. Now for the Warriors from Brookline. Number 3, Kais Alfakuri. Number 14, Jack Castro. Number 7, Ryan Chang. Number 20, Luca Colucci. Number 29, Flynn Demble. Number 4, Will Kiner. Number 6, Jacob Lamb. Number 26, Sebi Levy. Number 86, Noah Martin. Number 36, Josiah O'Donnell. Number 99, Liam Raybold. Number 19, Alex Magula. Number 18, Zachary Spencer. Number 21, Merrick Stein. Number 88, Luis Sarez. Number 1, Amir Tomer. Number 10, Henry White. And number 11, Benjamin Zhao. The head coach for Brookline, Lexi De La Cruz. Assistant coaches, Greg Detwag, Justin Suhu, and Julian Gillespie. The officials for this evening's match are Glenn Corwin, Matthew Dibble, Christopher Rosado, Kyle Westcott, Laura Wilson, and Joseph Alphonse. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. At this time, we invite both veterans and current military personnel to please stand. We thank you for your service to our country. I now invite all to stand for the singing of our national anthem, which will be sung by sophomore Newton South students.
Boy, how can you not be hyped up after that? Beautiful rendition of the national anthem by a Newton South sophomore as we get ready for what should be an epic showdown. The second-seeded Brookline High Warriors, the third-seeded Natick High Redhawks. Both of these Bay State Conference rivals have been to the Final Four 3 of the last 4 years. Brookline's first trip to the Final Four back in 2022, facilitated by an upset win over then third-seeded Natick back when Brookline was the 11th seed back in actually 2023, excuse me. And that Final Four was actually played here as Brookline just narrowly lost to Newton North. The following year, it was Natick that fell to Newton North in the Final Four as the Tigers would go on to win that year's state championship. Then last year, these two teams on opposite sides of the Final Four. Brookline besting Newton North in their semifinal matchup, while Natick, the only team to hand Brookline a loss last year, could not meet them on the final stage as the second-seeded Redhawks lost in an upset to third-seeded Needham. And of course, Brookline ended up beating Needham for their state championship last year. And now, after playing each other as evenly as two teams can play each other in a regular season series, here we are in the semifinals. Luke Dratch starting us off. The serve received awkwardly by Kais Alfakuri, followed up by Amir Tomer, and Alfakuri bumps it over. Taken by Dhruv Sirigiri, Dratch sets it to the left. Spike Gavin Katz almost dug out, but not quite. The first kill of the match delivered by the junior captain, Evan Katz, off the assist from senior setter Luke Dratch. Dratch serve into the net. Katz had 11 kills, 2 aces, and 1 block in the first regular season match against Brookline, but just 5 kills and 1 block. Just 5 kills and 2 assists in the second matchup. Alex Smagula, first server for Brookline. Dratch sets across, a tap over, diving dig, kept alive or not. An illegal underhit on the second touch by Brookline, but I think we can be generous and give the kill there to Mike Costa. Costa had an insane 22 kills against Brookline in their second matchup. This serve received by Tomer, set by Smagula. Tomer tap over, drops it in no man's land. Amir Tomer with his first kill of the match and Brookline's first point. 2-1. And a hard serve from Amir Tomer, dug out nicely by Natick. Battle at the net is won by Brookline, but recovered by Feilau Ray. Dratch sets it, another block from Brookline, recovered by Siri Giri, set by Dratch. Quick spike out of the middle, dug out by Smagula. Set by Lamb, looking for Alfakuri, deflected and taken by Dratch. Siri Giri sets again, looking for Feilau Ray. Spike down the line, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Katz tries a shot, deflected, kept alive, just barely sent over by Feilau Ray. What a rally. Smagula sets to the right. Liam Rabel cross court, he got it. Liam Raybold finishes a thrilling rally there with his first kill of the day. All knotted up at 2 apiece. Another hard serve from Tomer off the net cord for an ace. No shortage of excitement even in the opening points of this semifinal match. Another serve from Tomer, and that one drops in. Back-to-back aces for Amir Tomer, the Brookline program record holder in career service aces, starting off hot. Off the net court again. 3 straight aces for Amir Tomer. Now this one received barely by Siriger, cannot be followed up. Fans, can you say 4 straight aces for Amir Tomer? The senior co-captain coming out firing to start this one. This serve dug out by Sirigiri, set by Dratch to the right spike. Costa's blocked! Kais Alfakori with the block, and a timeout is called. I actually apparently lost track of points there. I was 1 point behind. An 8-2 Brookline lead as the Warriors coming out in their best form to start this one. Oh, I know what I missed. I know the point I missed was the service missed by Dratch. I forgot to add a point on that one, so I was 1 point behind. That's my fault, folks. I apologize for that, but at least you can kind of see the scoreboard on the opposite end of the gym if I ever lose track of things again, but I'm going to try not to. Eight to 2, the Brookline advantage catalyzed by 4 consecutive service aces from Amir Tomer. He had 3 aces in the first regular season matchup. What happened? Oh my gosh. Stomping crowd. Threw my tripod off a little bit, but we're okay now. Out of the timeout, another ace! No way! 5 aces for Amir Tomer just in this serving sequence. This serve is dug out there, set by Dratch, fail out Ray, roll shot, dug out by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakori spike through the blockers, dug out, and it's almost blocked back, but it gets through on one from Spencer. Dratch now setting for Costa, cross court. Oh, what did they call? They called, I think, a net touch on Spencer. So not quite a kill from Costa, but he does draw the violation as Natick finally puts an end to that string of points. The serve from Sirigiri is received by Tomer, set by Smagula, too close to the net, and Costa reaches over and spikes it down. Second kill of the match for Mike Costa, who had 30 kills across 2 regular season matchups against Brookline. This serve received by Lamb, bumped up by Smagula, roll shot Alfakori, taken by Sirigiri, set by Dratch from the back, the spike sent through by Evan Katz. Evan Katz coming out firing as he picks up his second kill of the match. He had 16 across 2 regular season matches against Brookline. Sirigiri's serve received by Lamb, close to the net, tapped down, taken by Raybold, set by Smagula. Spencer sends it over, taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Fail out Ray, the spike deflected and taken by Tomer. Smagula sets. Tomer, roll shot deflected, sliding dig by Sirigiri, bumped up by Dratch. A roll shot missed by Costa. Costa just didn't get enough force on that top spin roll shot there. Mark Forgus in the live chat helping to correct me on my mistake, keeping track of the points earlier. Again, my apologies for that. Now subbing in to go on serve for Brookline number 7, Ryan Chang. And he serves it into the net. We haven't seen a lot of service errors in this one. I think that's the first service error for Brookline, the second service error between these two teams here in the first set. Brookline leading by 4. On serve now, number 5, Daniel Brasco. Received by Tomer. Smagula chased it down, sets for Raybold. Spike is blocked, recovered by Tomer. Smagula sets now to Alfakori. Tap could not be recovered. Almost blocked by Natick, but they couldn't recover it off the net as Kais Alfakori picks up his first kill. Alfakori was relatively quiet in the first regular season match against Natick with just 3 kills, but he exploded for 15 in the second one. His serve received, set by Drach. Ray spike is blocked, but he recovers. Sent on 2 by Drach. Off the fingertips of Galucci. Bumped up, and a roll shot from Alfakori, and cannot be recovered. 2 guys diving for it, and they both threw each other off as Kais Alfakori picks up the kill. I'm not sure if it was Lamb or Smagula who got their hands on that second touch. I'll say it was Smagula for now. Serve from Raybold, barely dug out, chased down by Drach, bumped off the ceiling on the third hit by Engeland. Just a little bit short of a full kill, but still a big hit there from Liam Raybold. Raybold back on serve. Received by Katz, set by Drach, and the spike missed. Engeland couldn't send that one, or Engelman, excuse me. Off on the name there, that's my fault. Henry Engelman off on that hit there. It looked like Drach wasn't sure whether he was doing an on-2 dump off or a pass. Now Drach sending it over on 2, and he does it perfectly. Luke Drach has had 4 kills as a setter across 2 regular season matchups against Brookline, as he picks up his first of this day. Evan Katz, his first assist. This serve from Ray, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Galucci is blocked but recovers. Smagula right back to Galucci, sends it over, taken by Engelman. Set by Drach, spike Katz down the line for another kill. Evan Katz with the hot hand early for the Redhawks as he picks up his 3rd kill of the match. Brookline leading 14-8. Ray's serve off the fingertips of Lamb, and that's going to go for an ace. First ace for Whitaker Ray. He only had 1 ace across 2 regular season matchups against Brookline. Got it in the first matchup. This serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakori's spike could not be dug out. Great decision-making by Alex Smagula. He saw the blocker in front of him in the middle going up, so he goes to the side, and Alfakori delivers with his 3rd kill. This serve received, set by Drach from the back. Costa. Was there a deflection or a net touch? It looks like they called a net touch on Tomer, and the point goes to Natick. 15-10. Again, the threat of Costa's spiking power drawing some blocking errors from Brookline. Engelman's serve. Dug out by Tomer. Set by Smagula. Tomer flies. Blocked. Blocked wide. Amir Tomer, Brookline's leading hitter with just his 2nd kill of this match so far. He was a little bit quiet for much of the round of 8 match against Newton South, but he woke up, delivered 6 kills for the last 6 points that Brookline won in that match. The serve from Jed O'Donnell received. They set up for Katz, and Katz sends it off the... Whoa, that's still live? Drach sets for Katz again, and it's dug out by Alfakori, sent on 2 by Tomer. How is this point still going? Drach sets up for Katz, tap over blocked. Katz recovers, set by Drach to the right. Costa overshoots it. I think Amir Tomer recovered that spike off his face and off the net. Natick trying to argue for some kind of violation, but somehow, some way, Amir Tomer kept that point alive and got Brookline the point. Jed O'Donnell back on serve, received by Katz, set by Drach. Katz the spike, blocked. Alex Smagula and Zach Spencer combined for the assisted block there. The 2nd block of the match so far for Brookline. Now this serve from O'Donnell, taken by Katz, set by Drach, pushed over, taken by Alfakori, set by Smagula. Tomer, roll shot to the back, dug out by Ray, set by Drach. Costa spikes and gets it. Mike Costa picks up his 3rd kill. Drach his 5th assist. Brookline still comfortably ahead, 18-11. Dratch serve into the net. We have cycled back to our first servers. Both teams like to start their sets with their setter serving it. Smagula's serve, received by Siri Geary, and Dratch keeps it alive. Spike Costa. Mike Costa has got power. You've got to watch out for him. And how about Luke Dratch with the one-handed reach to get that pass up in the air and keep that ball on Natick's side of the net. 19-12. Serve Katz, received by Tomer. Smagula sets back to Tomer. Spike cross court, off the blocker's hands for the kill. Brookline reaches the 20-point threshold first with a comfortable 8-point advantage. They need just 5 more to take this first set. Amir Tomer serving and overshoots it. The power serve giveth and the power serve taketh away. Amir Tomer got 5 aces his last turn on serve, but this time just misses on his first. Tomer receives this serve, set by Smagula. Spike off of Corey, deflected, recovered by Feilau Ray, set by Dratch. Costa fires. Amir Tomer receives it. Smagula trying to keep it alive. Somehow Tomer gets it over on 3. Taken by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. Costa tries again, and he missed it. Wow, what great defensive hustle by Alex Smagula and Amir Tomer to keep that point alive just long enough for Natick to make a mistake. And like I said, the power hits giveth and the power hits taketh away. Mike Costa, with his power spikes, gets a lot of kills, but sometimes he's going to miss. Ryan Cheng back in to go on serve. Dug out by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. Engelman blocked. Recovered by Feilau Ray. Set by Dratch. Engelman again, and this time delivers. Henry Engelman with his first kill of the day. Luke Dratch his 7th assist. And a smart decision by Dratch right off the block, going right back to the same guy. Serve from Brasco, received by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey, hiding in the shadow of Luca Gallucci, he delivers the kill. You can see how it just throws ever so slightly, throws off the timing of the blockers there. Alpha Corey picking up his 4th kill, Smagula his 8th assist. Serving now is Raybold, received by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. Engelman spike, deflected, recovered by Smagula. Sliding dig by Lamb for the second hit. Alpha Corey sends it over, off the fingertips of Katz, chased down by Siri Geary, bumped over by Feilau Ray. Taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Gallucci is blocked. On coverage, Feilau Ray and Engelman. Natick not backing down. They are missing their best blocker in Matt Andrade, but they're not backing down from the challenge up front. Serve Feilau Ray, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula from the back. Tomer fires, but he oversteps that middle line. When you start the point on the back line, you cannot go past that middle yellowish line there. That's a violation. Serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey pushes it down the line. Great control from Kais Alpha Corey as a timeout is called. Didn't go as much for power as he went for finesse and good placement that time. Alpha Corey with his 5th kill of this first set, as he seems to be picking up right where he left off at the end of that second match against Natick. Alpha Corey was really the catalyst keeping Brookline in that match for as long as they were before Natick ultimately got the win off the back of some very hard spikes from Mike Costa. 23-16. The Brookline lead here in set number 1. Brookline needs just 2 more points to take the first set. Interesting to note, there are some patterns that we've seen in the regular season matchups. In both regular season matchups, Brookline took the first set and Natick took the second set. We'll see if at least the first set pattern holds here as Brookline needs just 2 more. Kais Alfakuri on serve out of the timeout. Received by Sirigiri, set by Drach. A tap off the pole. Engelman got a little cramped there trying to track down that pass and sends it off of the pole. It is now set point for Brookline. Serve Alfakuri, received by Sirigiri. Drach sends it on 2 and gets it. Natick not backing down as Luke Drach picks up his second kill. Dhruv Sirigiri, the libero, picks up his first assist. Still set point for Brookline at 24-17. Engelman's serve received awkwardly, and that's going to be an ace. Henry Engelman with his first ace of the day, his second of the year against Brookline specifically. 24-18. Serve drops in, bad watch. Alfakuri and Levy thought that was going to miss, and now a timeout called by Brookline as we got 3 unanswered points from the Redhawks. Remember, folks, if there's anything you'd like to say, you can say it in the live chat here on YouTube, or you can send me an email. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. As I know some folks are not able to access the live chat, or they're not comfortable using it, so we got options if there's any comments you would like to give as a fan. Out of the timeout, Henry Engelman back on serve off of 2 back-to-back aces. Still set point for Brookline. Serve received by Lamb, set by Smigula, and it's Luca Gallucci. Hand to hardwood to finish the first set. Luca Gallucci waiting until the last point of the first set to pick up his first kill of the day. And Brookline wins the first frame, 25-19. A thrilling match so far. And as we go into this break between the first and second sets, I remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honeydew lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And you can see that information about Brookline Proven down in the bottom center of your screen, as well as in the description section down below. All right, I'm going to take a break and mute my mic, but I'll be back with the second set of this state semifinal matchup. Stay tuned. All right. Here we go. Second set of this best-of-5 match here in the state semifinals between Brookline and Natick. Alex Smagula starting us off with the serve, received by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. Costa fires, missed it. No deflection. Mike Costa has been missing a number of his spikes early. Natick certainly wants him to get going if they want to get back in this match. Feilau Ray bumps this one up for Katz, sends it down the line, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer, tap over. Oh, what a great read from Amir Tomer. Opting to lay off the power and send him the changeup. Fourth kill of the match for Tomer. This serve received, set by Dratch. Katz, tap over, deflected. Sliding dig by Spencer, set by Smagula. Spike Tomer's blocked. Smagula recovered it, but it goes wide. As that one was blocked by the combined efforts of Evan Katz, number 10, and number 3, Phineas Rando. Now Katz on serve. This serve received, set by Smagula, and Liam Raybold overshoots that one as Natick ties us up at 2. Two to 2. Serve from Katz taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Back to Tomer. Roll shot taken by Dratch. Bumped up by Siri Geary. Costa fires and missed it. Again, no deflection. You know, sometimes when you get a hit like that further back from the net, it wasn't hit up by your setter. You might want to just lay it off and just get it over, but Costa only throwing fastballs so far. Amir Tomer with the serve, dug out by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. Feilau Ray the spike, and I'm not sure if that was blocked or if he missed. I think it was blocked. I think that was Spencer and Raybold that time. Yeah, Spencer and Raybold on the assisted block. This serve from Tomer off the net cord. Ace number 6 for Amir Tomer. (5-2). This serve dug out by Katz, set by Dratch. Costa fires, dug out by Tomer, set by Alpha Corey. Lamb desperately bumps it over, taken by Costa, set by Dratch. Feilau Ray blocked. It's Raybold with the assist from Spencer again. Three blocks now for Spencer and 2 for Raybold as this serve sent on one, taken by Alpha Corey. He sends it over on one. Confusion as Feilau Ray takes it, set by Dratch. Costa, tap over, blocked. Recovered there by Rando. Set by Dratch, back to Costa. This time he fires, and he got it. Mike Costa picks up his 5th kill. I believe that was Dratch with his 8th assist. This serve from Siri Geary, taken by Tomer, sets Smagula, and a hard spike out of the middle from Zach Spencer as he picks up his 1st kill. Not a lot of spikes out of the middle from Brookline, but 1 kill for Spencer and 1 for Gallucci. Ryan Chang now on serve. The serve received by Feilau Ray, set by Dratch, spike deflected and recovered by Raybold. Bumped up by Gallucci. Alpha Corey gets it through. Brookline, despite being a little out of rhythm there, they finish with the points. Kais Alpha Corey, his 6th kill, as Luca Gallucci, the middle blocker, picks up his 1st assist. Now this serve from Chang, received, set by Dratch. Costa fires, recovered by Raybold, set by Smagula. Roll shot Alpha Corey, taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Katz from the back, tap over, diving dig by Raybold, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey pushes it to the back, taken by Dratch, set by Siri Geary. Costa leaps, blocked, recovered by Engelman, set by Dratch, over to Felaure, tap over blocked, recovered by Engelman, set by Dratch. Costa tries again and missed it. Or no, he didn't. He got it in the back corner. Brookline backed off. They thought it was going out, but it drops in as Costa picks up his 6th kill off of that chaotic rally. Hats off to Henry Engelman for recovering 2 blocked shots there to keep Natick alive. Brasco's serve, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Raybold could not get it over. The pass from Smagula too far out in front of Raybold. And Raybold couldn't quite get that one over. Serve Brasco, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alfakuri, hard spike. Sends it into the stands as Alfakuri picks up another kill. Seventh kill for Kais Alfakuri. As no souvenir for the fans, they got to send that ball back at the high school level, but still some exciting audience participation. Dratch sets for Engelman with a hard spike out of the middle. He answers back. Second kill for Henry Engelman. 10th assist for Luke Dratch. Felaure serve taken by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Alfakuri, roll shot. Perfectly to the back corner. Caught him flat-footed for yet another kill. Eighth kill for Alfakuri as he now goes on serve. Received a bit awkwardly. Felaure keeps it alive. Ricochets hard off the ceiling. Taken by Dratch as he bumps it over. Taken by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tomer coming across to send that one to the back. It's received by Felaure. Over on 2 by Dratch. Recovered by Tomer. Set by Smagula. Tomer fires. Got the deflection for another kill. Fifth kill for Amir Tomer, as Smagula picks up assist number 15. This serve from Alfakuri taken by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Cats the spike, dug out by Alfakuri, somehow kept alive by Smagula near the benches as Tomer bumps it over. Taken by Costa, sent down on 2 by Luke Dratch. He saw no one was coming up to challenge him, and he was in a good position close to the net. A smart play there from Luke Dratch as he picks up already his 3rd kill as a setter today. Costa his 1st assist. Engelman the serve, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakuri spike. Great placement from Kais Alfakuri for another kill. Great cross-court over back pass by Alex Smagula to find Alfakuri as he picks up his 9th kill. Smagula his 16th assist. This serve received by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Cats flies and delivers with a kill of his own. Natick staying right on Brookline's heels as Cats picks up his 4th kill. Dratch his 11th assist. Serve Dratch. Just barely along. A gutsy watch along the back line by Jacob Lamb, but it pays off. 13-8. Brookline leads here in set number 2. Serve Smagula, received by Felaure. Set by Dratch. Spike gets through from Katz. Got the downward trajectory. Send it off the arms instead of off the hands of the blockers. Good technique there as Evan Katz picks up his 5th kill. 12 assists for Dratch. Katz back on serve. Received by Alfakuri, close to the net. Smagula keeps it alive. Oh, we got a reach over from Natick. I think one of the Natick players might have touched Smagula's hand while the ball was still on Brookline's side of the net, and they called the violation there. That's my guess. 14-9, Brookline leads. Amir Tomer on serve. He has 6 aces already. This one dug out by Katz. Set by Dratch. Failaure blocked. It's Spencer and Raybold again. What a dynamic blocking duo they've been in this match so far. For Spencer, that's his 4th block. For Raybold, his 3rd. Serve from Tomer, dug out by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Costa spike. A laser that time from Mike Costa. That's what he's been looking for. He's been suffering through some misses, but he delivered that time. Kill number 7 for Costa. Brookline still up by 5. Sirigiri the serve. Received by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Raybold sends it over. Deflected. Taken by Katz. Set by Dratch. Costa. Tap over. Diving dig by Lamb. Followed up by Spencer. Sent over by Smagula. Sirigiri takes it. Set by Dratch. Costa tries again. Deflected and taken by Smagula. Set by Lamb. Alpha Corey. Roll shot taken by Sirigiri. Set by Dratch from the back. Katz roll shot too far. What a thrilling rally that one was. A lot of great defensive recoveries. Jacob Lamb, the Brookline libero, with the best one for my money. Laying his hand flat as a pancake down on the floor to keep that ball alive. Ryan Chang going on serve with his team up by 6. And that's an ace. Ryan Chang, who has really come into his own as a backup serving specialist and defensive specialist for Brookline, picks up his first ace of the day, his 5th assist of the postseason, and his 9th assist of the season overall. Ryan Chang has had more aces in these playoffs than he had in the entire regular season. He's really found his rhythm as a server. Timeout called by Natick as Brookline leads by 7 here. We got a note in the live chat from Andrew White saying, "Go Warriors. Thanks so much, Jesse, for such exciting play-by-play. I got to experience the first set while driving to the match thanks to you." Hey, I'm happy to provide. Hope all of you guys, wherever you're tuning in from, are enjoying this one so far. Brookline in the lead here in set number 2, 17-10. Serve from Chang, received by Sirigiri, but it's over on 1, and it's back down on 1 by Kais Alpha Corey. Alpha Corey with his 10th kill in just the second set. He has really come out firing today. This serve off the fingertips of Sirigiri, bumped up by Costa. Failaure, roll shot to the back, chased down by Tomer, set by Smagula to the right, tap over by Raybold, taken by Dratch, bumped up by Sirigiri. Failaure just going to push it off the net cord, recovered by Gallucci, set by Smagula, across to Alpha Corey with the precision and the touch. He picks up another kill. Alpha Corey and Smagula have been connecting so well on those cross-court passes. As Alpha Corey picks up his 11th kill, Smagula his 17th assist. This serve from Chang into the net, but a strong serving sequence from the defensive specialist Ryan Chang as he really opens up Brookline's lead. It had been a lead of about 5 for much of this second set, but now Brookline opening things up a bit more. They're up by 8 here. Daniel Brasco on serve, taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula to Raybold. Cross-court spike for the kill. Liam Raybold, his 2nd kill of this match. Smagula assist number 18. And now Raybold follows up his kill by going on serve. Dug out by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Spike gets through, and it's Engelman. Third kill for Henry Engelman. 14th assist for Luke Dratch. This serve received by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alfakuri, roll shot down the line, dug out by Feilau Ray, kept alive by Dratch, bumped over by Katz. Received by Levy, set by Smagula. Tomer, roll shot from the back, dug out by Costa, set by Dratch. Katz flies again, blocked, recovered by Feilau Ray, bumped up by Engelman. Katz tries again, deflected, diving dig by Alfakuri, set by Smagula, and a spike from Tomer, dug out by Costa, set by Dratch. Katz, the spike blocked. Gallucci and Smagula on the coverage to put an end to a long rally. First block for Luca Gallucci and second for Alec Smagula. This serve received, set by Dratch. Engelman, quick spike, received by Levy. Bumped up by Lamb, and Tomer taps it over, sent back on one by Costa. Taken by Lamb. Smagula sets. Luca Gallucci, the hard spike. What a dig by Feilau Ray. Set by Dratch. Spike Katz. What a dig by Lamb. Set by Smagula. A roll shot from Alpha Corey right into no man's land as he picks up another kill. Some great defense throughout that rally, but ultimately it is the precision and touch of Kais Alfakuri as he picks up his 12th kill. Smagula his 19th assist. Serve received by Sirigiri. Dratch over on two, and he gets it again. Luke Dratch has been attacking a lot out of that setter position. That's his 4th kill. Sirigiri his 2nd assist. 22-13. Brookline needs just 3 more points to take the second set. Engelman's serve goes long. Good watch along the back by, I believe, Lamb and Levy. Subbing in now, the man with the orange hair, Jed O'Donnell, going on serve. The serve received by Katz, set by Dratch. Katz flies and is blocked. Spencer and Smagula on the block, and Brookline has set point. O'Donnell serving for the set. Received a bit awkwardly by Feilau Ray, bumped up by Sirigiri. Katz roll shot, diving dig by Alfakuri, bumped up by Smagula. Tomer fires, and Tomer finishes the job. Brookline takes the second set, 25-13. The Warriors are 1 set away from the state championship game. Smagula picks up his 20th assist on that set-winning point. Tomer his 6th kill. And then 1 point before that, Spencer his 5th block, Smagula his 3rd. We got another note in the live chat from Mr. Pantone Black. Greetings from California. Let's go Warriors. And a Brookline High volleyball alum and member of last year's state championship team, Connor Christopher, in the live chat, rooting on his former teammates, shouting out Amir Tomer in the live chat. Thanks so much for tuning in, Connor. Hope the post-high school life has been going well for you, and I hope you're enjoying the match. During this break between the second and third sets, I remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honeydew lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. All that information about Brookline Proven in the bottom center of your screen, as well as in the description section down below. Going to take a quick break, like less than a minute, mute my mic, and I'll be back with the third and possibly final set of this state semifinal. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. Brookline up 2-0 on Natick here in the state semifinals. We begin the third set. Serve from Daniel Brasco, received by Alpha Corey, set by Smigula. Tomer's spike is blocked wide. Brookline, if they win this third set, they win the match and set a date with destiny in the state finals. This serve from Smigula, received by Siri Geary a bit awkwardly, but Dratch keeps it alive, pushed over by Engelman, taken by Raybold, set by Smigula. Tomer flies, sends it to the back, but too far. Natick trying to stay alive. Remember, this is one of those sports that has no clock. It doesn't matter how much you're down by, you can still come back as long as it's not over. This serve dug out by Lamb, set by Smigula. A hard spike from Tomer, but he missed it wide. Clever move by Tomer, going right to middle on that route, but went a little too far left with his spike. This serve taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Roll shot Tomer, received by Siri Geary, set by Dratch to the right to Costa. He's blocked. Costa recovers, set by Siri Geary. Roll shot Katz, taken by Lamb. Smigula sets. Tomer flies again. He's blocked. Recovered by Smigula. Bumped up by Lamb. Raybold tries. Taken by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. Now Katz, blocked wide. Natick coming out strong to start this one as Katz picks up his 6th kill. Dratch his 15th assist. The Red Hawks up 3-1. Serve Failau Ray taken by Lamb, chased down by Smigula, bumped over a bit awkwardly, and it's going to go wide. Alpha Corey and Raybolds both went for that ball, and it threw off the trajectory of that third hit there. Serve is going to go long. Good watch by Lamb as Brookline gets a free point back there. Now Brookline trying to answer back, trailing for the first time in a long time. Serve Tomer, received by Failau Ray, set by Dratch. Spike Engelman, somehow kept alive by Smigula, bumped up by Spencer. Alpha Corey sends it to the back, and he got it. Got it off the deflection. Kais Alpha Corey has been hitting well today. 13 kills so far as Zach Spencer picks up the unlikely assist. but Amir Tomer misses his serve into the net. And Natick is happy they don't have to face many more serves from Tomer, who's already collected 6 service aces today. 5-3 the Natick lead. Engelman the serve. Received by Alfakuri. Set by Smigula. Back to Alfakuri. Cross court. Dug out by Engelman. Oh, that dropped in. Oh, Raybold thought it was going out. But it's going to be a bump kill from Henry Engelman. 4th kill for him, as Brookline seemed to have that point in the bag up until they didn't. Serve Engelman, received by Lamb, set by Smigula. Raybold tap over, diving dig by Engelman, set by Dratch. Katz, tap blocked. Oh, but we got a net touch called on Spencer. And a timeout called by Brookline, as Natick has got the early momentum here in this 3rd set. Brookline coming out in this 3rd set a little sloppy, and like I said before, this is a sport with no clock. This is a sport where every comeback is mathematically possible up until the final point of the match. Brookline is up 2-0. That's a very big, very comfortable lead, but you don't want to get too comfortable because you still have to finish the job. 1 set win for Natick, and suddenly they're 1 set behind you, and they only need 1 to tie it. They get the next set, and all of a sudden it's anybody's game. 7-3, the Red Hawks lead. Engelman the serve, received by Lamb, set by Smigula. Spencer taps over, taken by Costa, set by Dratch. Katz the spike blocked, recovered by Fela Ray, set by Dratch. Katz again, deflected, and the deflection works in his favor. Evan Katz with his 7th kill. Dratch his 16th assist. This serve received by Lamb, close to the net. Smigula keeps it alive, punched over by Spencer, taken by Costa, set by Dratch. Katz the spike, could not be kept alive. Evan Katz really finding his form here in set number 3. He's got 8 kills now. Serve Engelman, taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Punched with the left hand by Alfakuri. It went through the hands of Fela Ray. Bit of an awkward kill, but a kill nonetheless for Kais Alfakuri, his 14th. Smigula, his 22nd assist. Bit of a lucky break for Brookline, as that one went through the hands of Fela Ray. And he also kind of blocked Costa from following it up. Ryan Cheng the serve, dug out by Siri Giri, set by Dratch. Katz, roll shot, delivers. Evan Katz with 9 kills now, and a lot of them have come in this 3rd set. I think 4 of them have come in this 3rd set so far. Serve Dratch, taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Alfakuri cross-court spike, taken by Siri Giri, set by Dratch. Katz blocked. Raybold and Gallucci get a much-needed point and a much-needed rejection at the net for the Warriors. Raybold, his 4th block. Gallucci, his 2nd. Dratch sets up a spike. Hard from Katz again, as he's unafraid to swing 1 point after being blocked. That's his 10th kill. Dratch his 19th assist. Serve Katz, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer blocked, recovered by Gallucci, set by Smagula. Alfakuri tap over, and a net touch is going to be called. I think they called it on Katz. Whoever it was, Brookline gets the free point there. The Warriors looking for a burst of momentum to come back in this one. Alfakuri's serve taken by Sirigiri, set by Drach Felaure. The spike gets through off the blocker's hands. Whitaker Felaure, he's been relatively quiet today, but he picks up his first kill of the match there. 20 assists now for Luke Drach. Sirigiri's serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula, and Luca Gallucci misses it wide. Speaking of guys that have been relatively quiet, Gallucci with just one kill. He's been such a key piece of Brookline's offense throughout this postseason. This serve received by Alfakuri, set by Smagula. Tomer, roll shot, dug out by Sirigiri, set by Drach. Felaure, the spike deflected, taken by Levy, set by Smagula. Alfakuri off the net cord, chased down by Sirigiri, set by Drach. Costa, tap over, dug out by Smagula, set by Lamb. Tomer, spike deflected, chased down by Sirigiri again, set by Drach. Felaure blocked, he recovers it, set by Drach. Now to Costa, spike blocked, but blocked wide. Mike Costa with his 8th kill, and a timeout is called by Brookline. And you can see how just a couple of sloppy plays, you give your opponent some free points early, and a team with their back to the wall that's as good as Natick is going to take advantage of that opportunity. The Redhawks are not done here. Make no mistake. And Brookline should know that. This senior class for Brookline was here as freshmen 3 years ago in this exact same gym, fighting in the Final Four against Newton North, where they went down 2-0 and came all the way back to force a do-or-die 5th set. Newton North ended up winning that 5th set. But all that to illustrate that Brookline knows a 2-0 lead is not enough to win. You have to finish the job. 14-6. Serve Sirigiri goes long. Good avoidance by Levy along the back to get the free point there. On serve now, Jed O'Donnell. Serve received by Felaure, set by Drach. Costa, hard spike, but he missed it. Costa trying to go away from the blocker's cross court, and he overcurves it. Brookline with a couple of nice breaks. Now this serve from O'Donnell sails long. And they give it right back to the Redhawks. On serve now, Daniel Brasco. Received awkwardly by Alfakuri, but kept alive by Levy, and Alfakuri bumps it over. Taken by Brasco, set by Drach. Felaure, tap over, taken by Alfakuri, set by Smagula. Tomer, hard spike for the kill. Natick had a big opportunity to score there after Brookline just barely got the ball back off the serve, but weren't able to secure the point, and Brookline bounced back nicely. Tomer, his 8th kill. Smagula, his 23rd assist. Serve Smagula, taken by Sirigiri, set Drach. A spike dug out by Smagula, followed up by Spencer. Tap over Alfakuri, recovered awkwardly. Drach bumps it up for Felaure. Deflected and taken by Alfakuri. Set by Smagula. Tomer flies, deflected, taken by Katz. Set by Drach. Felaure, the spike down the line. He missed it, just long. That was a great look from Whitaker Feilau-Ray, but missed it by inches there. Brookline cutting the deficit down to 5. Serve Smagula, taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Costa flies and overshoots it. Another miss for Natick. They've been having some trouble with errors these last few points. Smagula's serve taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Spike Feilau-Ray cannot be recovered. Couple of bad deflections off the hands of the Brookline blockers as Whitaker Feilau-Ray picks up his second kill. Luke Dratch, his 22nd assist. This serve received by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Tomer, roll shot, dug out by Sirigiri. Set by Dratch. Catch the spike. I think that one deflected, and it did. Evan Katz has been leading the charge for Natick in this third set. He's now got 11 kills today. 17-11. This serve taken by Lamb, barely kept alive there by Spencer and bumped over by Alpha Corey. Taken by Costa, set by Dratch, spike, Katz deflected, and taken by Smagula. Set by Lamb. Tomer spike off the net cord. He picks up another kill. Amir Tomer not backing down from the fight here in set number 3 as he picks up kill number 9. Jacob Lamb, his first assist. The serve from Tomer taken by Sirigiri, set by Dratch, spike. Engelman missed it wide. Brookline trying to gradually close the gap here in set number 3. They trail by 4. Tomer serve, another ace. 7 aces for Amir Tomer and a timeout called by Natick. (17-14). Brookline trying to inch their way back into this third set. Natick trying to hold off the comeback attempt and push their way to their first set win. And folks, I do have a wind guard on my mic to lower the volume of background noise, make sure my voice is the main one coming through for you guys and that it's coming through clear. But I'm sure you've been able to hear just how electric the crowd has been here at Newton South. Don't let that look over on the far side stands fool you. It is pretty well packed here on the side that I'm shooting from. You can just barely see a whole bunch of heads above all of the little graphical things I've got at the bottom of your screen. Out of the timeout, 17-14. Amir Tomer back on serve, and he missed it. Not enough height on that toss for Amir Tomer as he sends that one into the net. And now Natick trying to recapture their rhythm and push their way towards the later stages of this set. Serve Engelman, taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey spike blocked, but he recovers. Set by Smagula, now over to Raybold. His spike blocked. It's Rando and Katz, I believe. Second block for Phineas Rando. Second block for Evan Katz. 19-14. Serve Engelman, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula, and Zach Spencer fires the cannon out of the middle for another kill. Just the second kill of the match so far for Zach Spencer. He's been in on a lot of assisted blocks today. He's got 5 blocks, but just his second hitting kill. Ryan Cheng the serve, and he sails it. Brookline, they can't make a comeback if they can't get their serves in. And Natick reaches the 20-point threshold first with a 5-point lead. Serve Dratch, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Gallucci fires, sent off the ceiling and over. That'll be a kill for Luca Gallucci. Brookline hasn't been able to get their hits out of the middle going as much today as Gallucci picks up his second kill. Serve from Rabel, taken by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. The spike is blocked, and it cannot be recovered. Gallucci and Alpha Corey on the block. Natick almost recovered that one. Credit to them on the hustle, but not enough. This serve received by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. Katz the spike blocked, recovered by Dratch. Bumped up by Siri Geary, back to Katz. Tap over, it goes off the hands. And he's able to get the kill. Brookline had that covered so well, but Katz took the speed off his hit, and thus it didn't fly off the blocker's hands, and he gets the kill, his 12th. Serve taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Alpha Corey pushes it off the blocker's hands. Another crafty move from Kais Alpha Corey. 15 kills today for Alpha Corey. 25 assists for Smagula. Alpha Corey now on serve, taken by Siri Geary, set by Dratch from the back. It's Katz, and he overshoots it. Brookline within 2 as they're trying to make the comeback happen here in the third set. Alpha Corey has already matched the number of kills he had in that 5-set thriller in Natick back in May. Now this serve received by Siri Geary, set by Dratch. Fela Ray, spike, got it. Fela Ray, he had no kills through the first 2 sets, but he's woken up here in the third. His third kill there. Dratch, his 25th assist. Serve received by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Tomer spike is blocked. Costa and Engelman on the block. And Natick just 2 points away. Second block for Engelman, first for Costa. Siri Geary on serve. His team 2 points away from winning their first set of the match. And that received awkwardly, but Smagula keeps it barely alive, and Lamb bumps it over. Dratch now sets for Fela Ray. Roll shot taken by Alpha Corey, but that's over the net on one, and oops! A net touch on Gallucci. Pursuing that errant hit a little too far. And he commits the violation. It is now set point for the Red Hawks. Serve taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smagula. Tomer sends it off the hands, taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Costa the spike blocked, recovered by Fela Ray, set by Siri Geary, and Costa bumps it over. Taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer tap over, gets the kill. Brookline not backing down, even facing down set point as Tomer picks up kill number 10. Smagula with assist number 26, but it is still set point for Natick at 24-20. Jed O'Donnell the serve, taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Engelman with a quick spike out of the middle. Natick's hopes are alive here in Newton as they win the third set, 25-20. It's not over yet, folks. We will go to a fourth set. During this break between the third and fourth sets, I remind you once again, this broadcast brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything, from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And all that information about Brookline Proven in the bottom center of your screen, as well as in the description section of the video down below. Gonna take a break and mute my mic, but when I come back, we'll have the fourth set of this state semifinal match, so don't go away. All right, back in the action here at Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts for this state semifinal boys volleyball match between Brookline and Natick. Brookline still one set away from punching their ticket to the state finals, but Natick now just one set away from forcing a do-or-die fifth set. The first serve comes from Smagula. Dratch sets up for Feilau Ray, and he gets the kill. Whitaker, Feilau Ray, his fourth kill. Luke Dratch, his 27th assist. Feilau Ray now going on serve. Again, he had 0 kills through the first 2 sets. He had 3 in that pivotal third set. This serve taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer spike blocked, recovered by Lamb. Set by Smagula. Spencer fires. There was a deflection as Spencer picks up the kill. That one was very close, but it goes to Zach Spencer for his third kill. Wait. Okay, yes it did. Now serving is Amir Tomer. Tomer has had the serving hot hand for Brookline today. 7 service aces for him through the first 3 sets of this match. This serve is ace number 8. Oh, have a day, Amir Tomer. This serve is received by Feilau Ray, set by Dratch, catch the spike, blocked. Oh, couldn't be fully recovered. It's another block for Raybould and Spencer. 5 blocks for Raybould today, 6 for Spencer. This serve received by Feilau-Ray. Set by Dratch. Catch the spike, blocked again. Recovered by Sirigiri. Bumped up by Costa, close to the net. Oh, it gets over. Raybould recovers. Set by Smigola. Spike down the line from Alfakori. He missed it wide. Alfakori had the opportunity there, but just curved it a little too much to the left. Henry Engelman, the serve, and he gets the ace. Henry Engelman with his 3rd ace of the day. He's been serving well for the Red Hawks. Brookline's had a little bit of trouble with their service receive. All knotted up at 3. Engelman the serve, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakori spike to the corner, drops in. Beautifully placed from Alfakori, and you can see the difference when you have a good service receive that puts your setter in the position to make the pass he wants. Alfakori, his 16th kill. Smagula, his 28th assist. Alfakori now has more kills than he had in 5 sets against Natick back in May. Serve Chang, received by Feilau-Ray, set by Dratch, spike Katz off the hands, recovered by Smagula, set up by Tomer, roll shot Alfakori, taken by Costa, set by Dratch, Katz, roll shot deflected, taken by Smagula, set by Chang, at the net, barely pushed over by Alfakori, and he didn't get the deflection he wanted as that one goes way wide. Brookline's had these troubles at points throughout this match of passes just going a little too far forward. This serve from Dratch taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Spike Alfakori got the deflection. Alfakori sent that ball high and off the blocker's hands as he picks up his 17th kill. 29 assists for Smagula. Brookline with a 5-4 lead. It's been very even to start this set. The most even start I think we've had throughout this match. This serve taken by Sirigiri, bumped up by Dratch. Spike Costa got through. Mike Costa, the perpetual power swinger, laid off the power that time, and it paid dividends as he picks up his 9th kill. Dratch his 28th assist. Serve Katz, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakori flies, dug out by Sirigiri, sent over on 1. Taken by Alfakori, set by Smagula, back to Alfakori, he's blocked, recovers. Smagula sets, punched over by Gallucci, and it gets through! Luca Gallucci, in the midst of the chaos, just had to desperately punch that one over, and it ends up working out, dropping right in no man's land. Gallucci, his 3rd kill of the match. Smagula, assist number 30. 6-5, the Brookline lead here in set number 4. Bit of a pause here. Slowing things down a bit. Oh. Another Brookline volleyball alum giving me some helpful notes in live chat, something I must have missed while I was putting in my stats. Kota Sukata letting me know a Natick player received a yellow card. Wow. So that is what this pause is about. Now this serve received by Sirigiri, set by Dratch, spike Costa. It's barely sent over by Gallucci. Dratch sets up for Fela-Ray. He's blocked, recovered by Katz, set by Dratch. Fela-Ray tries again. He's blocked again, but blocked wide. Whitaker, Fela-Ray not backing down from the challenge of the blockers in front of him. And it pays off as he gets kill number 5. Dratch assist number 29. Sirigiri the serve, received by Alpha Kuri, set by Smagula. Tomer blocked. Somehow Brookline keeps it alive and it's pushed over by Levy. Taken by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Spike is blocked. Recovered by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Costa spike. Oh, we got a net. We must have a net touch or something. Maybe not. I didn't see a number go up. You know what? I'll give a kill to Costa on that one. Not quite sure what happened, but I'll give Costa his 10th kill. Dratch his 30th assist. This serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Tomer the spike. Amir Tomer, hand to hardwood for the kill that time. Good cut in by Amir Tomer as Smagula found himself running towards the sideline to get that ball. Great communication between them as Tomer picks up kill number 11. Smagula assist number 31. Dratch now setting up for Engelman, who powers it through the middle for another kill. Henry Engelman, his 6th kill. Dratch, his 31st assist. Now Daniel Brasco on serve, and it goes long. That one went past like 3 or 4 Brookline players down that near side, and they all watched it fly, and it kept flying until it went out. All tied up at 8. Smagula the serve, and his sails long. Good watch by Sirigiri and Katz as the usually very consistent Alex Smagula misses on a serve. Fela-Ray the serve, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Rabel, tap over, taken by Costa, set by Dratch. Katz the spike, got it through. Evan Katz, his 13th kill. Dratch, his 32nd assist. This serve received by Tomer, set by Smagula. From the back, Alpha Kuri spike dug out by Fela-Ray, set by Dratch. Katz spike deflected, taken by Alpha Kuri, set by Smagula. Tomer fires blocked, recovered by Smagula, set now by Lamb. Alpha Kuri flies, taps it over, taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Costa flies. Missed it, just long. A lot of great efforts across several players in that rally, but ultimately it ends with a miss. 1 point separates these two here in set number 4. 10-9, Natick leads. Serve Tomer, dug out by Sirigiri, set by Dratch, spike Katz through the blockers, recovered somehow by Rabel, kept alive by Smagula, battle at the net. Oh, but Brookline touched the net. Spencer over jumped there, was trying to stay after the ball. I think he didn't know it was going over, so he jumped up and went too far, touched the net. Engelman's serve sails long. And again, neither team creating much separation here in this very tight 4th set. Ryan Chang now on serve. Received, set by Dratch, tap by Katz, blocked, but it goes over. Oh, I think the block went off the pole. And that is going to give Katz his 14th kill. Dratch his 33rd assist. Natick up by 2. Dratch the serve. Taken by Tomer. Set by Smigula. Punched over awkwardly by Galucci. Sirigiri takes it. Set by Dratch. Catch the spike. Blocked wide. Natick trying to create some separation as a timeout is called by Brookline. Evan Katz with 15 kills. Dratch 34 assists. (13-10). The Natick lead here in the 4th set. If Natick wins this set, they force it to a do-or-die 5th set, which would be the 3rd time out of 3 and the 4th time out of 4 dating back to last year that these two teams would go to a 5th set. If Brookline can come back and win this 4th set, they punch their ticket to the state finals, where they will face the winner of the whoever wins the 2nd semifinal match. That's going to happen on this same court right after this one between 1st-seeded Needham and 12th-seeded Newton North. Both fan bases bringing the noise. It is deafening here in Newton. Out of the timeout, it'll be Luke Dratch on serve. Received by Tomer, set by Smigula. Galucci, hard fire, kept alive, dumped over by Rando, taken by Lamb, set by Smigula. Alpha Corey is blocked. Costa and Rando come through with the block there. Natick now leads by 4. Brookline got the perfect setup on their first sequence, but the Natick defense keeps them alive. Serve taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smigula. Alpha Corey is blocked. Or no, it didn't even go over. Alpha Corey just missed it. The Redhawks now lead by 5. This serve received by Tomer, set by Smigula to the right to Raybold. He overshot it. No deflection there. And Natick now leads by 6. And another timeout called by Brookline. It looked like they were going to come out of that first timeout strong, as they had a great setup out of the middle for Luca Galucci. But a great defensive dig by the Redhawks. And they got the ball back just barely. And then Costa and Rando stood tall for a big block to get Natick the point, and then back-to-back miss hits by Brookline, one each from Alpha Corey and Raybold. And just like that, Natick is now up by 6, as they have created the separation that both teams had been desperately fighting for in the early stages of this 4th set. All right, out of another timeout, it is still Dratch on serve. Received by Tomer. Smigula sets up for Raybold. Tap over taken by Costa. Set by Dratch. Catch the spike, blocked. Recovered there by Rando. Dumped on 2 by Dratch. Barely kept alive by Tomer. Sent over by Smigula. Taken by Fela Ray. Set by Dratch. Katz threads the needle for the kill. Katz with kill number 16. This serve taken by Alpha Corey, set by Smigula. Galucci fires and gets it through as Brookline finally puts an end to that long point streak. But Brookline has got a long way back if they want to come back in this one. This serve received, set by Dratch. Katz the spike, got through, but Smagula recovers it, bumped up desperately by Lamb. Tomer, a roll shot taken by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Costa, roll shot. Well hit there by Mike Costa as the Red Hawks answer back. 11 kills for Mike Costa. 36 assists for Luke Dratch. This serve taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakuri roll shot, diving dig by Sirigiri. Set by Dratch. Felaure overshoots it. 18-12, Natick still with a comfortable advantage. Brookline is going to need a big spark if they want to get back in this one. Kais Alfakuri on serve. Received awkwardly by Sirigiri, bumped up by Felaure, pushed over by Katz. Oh, and an illegal double hit called on Katz. Brookline gets a free point there. 18-13. Alfakuri back on serve. This one received by Sirigiri, chased down by Dratch. Costa overshoots it. Back-to-back misses for Natick. Brookline cuts the deficit down to 4. They were able to cut the deficit down to 2 in the third set, but couldn't complete the comeback. That's an ace! Kais Alfakuri finding the hot hand on the serve, and a timeout is called by Natick. First ace of the day for Kais Alfakuri. Doesn't bring a lot of power on his serves the way that someone like Amir Tomer does. But sometimes all you need is for your serve to just ever so slightly throw off the defense. You throw them out of their rhythm, and then they start making mistakes on those third hits, and sometimes they even just fail to receive the serve. And that's what we saw from these last 3 points. Brookline has cut the deficit in half. Now out of the timeout, back to Alfakuri on serve, and he missed it. A tough miss for Brookline out of the timeout. Puts Natick back in the driver's seat, leading 19-15. Sirigiri on serve. Taken by Alfakuri, set by Smagula. Tomer pushes it through and off the blocker's hands for another kill. 12 kills now for Tomer. 33 assists for Smagula. Serving now, Jed O'Donnell. His team trails by 3. Taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Engelman forced it through, but it's dug out by Levy. Set by Smagula. Tomer gets it through the blockers for another kill. Amir Tomer trying to complete the comeback for Brookline. They're back within 2. This serve received, set by Dratch. Felaure shoots it too far. Wait, they say deflected. Oh! That is a huge call in Natick's favor there. Whitaker Felaure picking up his 6th kill. Luke Dratch's 37th assist, and Natick is back up by 3. Brasco the serve taken by Alfakuri, set by Smagula. Tomer spike dug out by Katz, bumped up by Sirigiri, pushed over by Dratch, taken by Smagula, set by Lamb. Tomer again, dug out by Sirigiri, set by Dratch from the back. Katz fires off the net court, dug out by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakuri blocked, recovered by Smagula, set by Lamb. Tomer, roll shot, taken by Brasco, set by Dratch. Felaure, the spike, got through. 2 big kills from Whitaker. Felaure have put Natick back in the driver's seat. Brookline was inches from being back within 1 point of Natick. Instead, they now trail by 4. Serve Brasco, received awkwardly. Levy trying to keep it alive, no chance. First ace of the day for Daniel Brasco. He had 2 service aces in the May match against Brookline. 22-17. Serve received awkwardly. Spencer trying to keep it alive. Smagula barely gets it over. Taken by Siri Giri. Set by Dratch. Felaure, the spike, got through again. Whitaker Felaure finding his form as he's now got 8 kills. And Natick is 2 points away from forcing a do-or-die 5th set. Serve received by Tomer, set by Smagula, tap over by Tomer, taken by Felaure, set by Dratch. Katz, tap over, nobody there. Set point now for Natick. All the momentum and energy going their way. 24-17. Brasco, the serve, goes long. Still set point for Natick. Alex Smagula on serve. Taken by Siri Giri, set by Dratch. Felaure, the spike blocked wide. Whitaker Felaure gave Natick the kills they needed right when they needed them. And folks, we are going to a do-or-die 5th set here in the state semifinals as Natick takes the 4th set 25-18. As we get ready for this do-or-die 5th set, I remind you, once again, this broadcast is brought to you in part by Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything, from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you again to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. All that information about Brookline Proven in the bottom center of your screen and the description section down below. All right, here we go. One set to decide who will go to the state championship game. First to 15 points, win by 2. And perhaps it couldn't have ended any other way between these two teams. Their third match of this year, their third time going to a 5th set. Brookline won the first in Brookline 15-13. Natick won the second in Natick 18-16. Now here we are at a neutral site. Let's see what happens. Daniel Brasco will be serving to start us off. Received by Alfakuri, set by Smagula, close to the net. Tomer barely gets it over, dug out by Katz, set by Dratch, Spike Engelman deflected. Taken by Alfakuri, again close to the net, and it's kept alive. Spencer sends it over. Sirigiri takes it, set by Dratch, and Fela Ray sails it. No deflection this time, as Brookline takes the first point of the 5th set. Both these teams very familiar with 5th sets in the Final Four. Brookline fell short to Newton North in 2023 and won. Natick fell short to them the next year in a 5-set Final Four. Dratch sets up for Fela Ray. Tap over, dug out by Smagula. Bumped up by Lamb. Tomer, awkward angle, gets it over. Taken by Sirigiri. Set by Dratch. Fela Ray off the blockers. Recovered by Engelman. Set by Dratch. Katz roll shot. Chased down by Smagula. Set by Lamb. Alfakuri from the back. Fires, and he gets it. Kais Alfakuri went kind of quiet with his hitting in that 4th set, but he picks up his 18th kill there. This serve taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Engelman pushes it through, dug out by Smagula, set up by Lamb. Roll shot Tomer, taken by Katz, set by Dratch. Spike Fela Ray, long, but got the deflection that time. Fela Ray with his 10th kill, the third Natick hitter to reach double digits in kills. Lamb receives the serve. Smagula sets for Tomer. Tap over, taken by Costa, sent on 2, and oh, it's still alive! It was kept alive by Lamb and Smagula, and Raybold bumps it over. They set up for Katz, he shoots it too far, and no deflection. The Brookline defense hustling to get the points. The pancake dig from Jacob Lamb. And Smagula and Raybold hustled to get the ball over. Serve Tomer off the net cord, received by Fela Ray. Set by Dratch, Katz a spike, blocked, got it! Spencer and Raybold, the dynamic blocking duo, are at it again. 6th block for Raybold, 7th for Spencer. Serve Tomer, dug out by Fela Ray, set by Dratch. Katz spike, blocked again! Spencer and Raybold forming a wall up front for Brookline, and a timeout is called. Eight blocks now for Spencer, 7 for Raybold. Brookline sending a message to start the 5th set. Like I said, both of these teams abundantly familiar with a 5th set in the Final Four. In 2023, it was Brookline against Newton North here in Newton South, battling in the Final Four. Brookline, they did what Natick has done so far. They came back from a 2-0 deficit to force a do-or-die 5th set, but they couldn't complete the comeback as Newton North got that one. Then the next year, Newton North faced Natick in the Final Four, and Newton North came back all the way from a 2-0 set deficit to beat Natick and go to the finals. Now, here we are in this do-or-die 5th set. Out of the timeout, serve from Tomer, received by Fela Ray. Dratch over on 2. Lamb tried to keep it alive, but he couldn't. Dratch getting Natick exactly what they needed out of the timeout as he picks up his 5th kill. Fela Ray, his first assist. 5-2. Engelman on serve. And it goes long. Good watch by Jacob Lamb, the Brookline libero, keeping his cool here in this do-or-die fifth set. Ryan Cheng now on serve for Brookline. This serve received by Sirigiri. Set by Dratch, long set, Katz blocked. Gallucci and Raybold. Brookline's blocking coming through for them in a big way. Here in set number 5, 8th block for Raybold, 4th for Gallucci. Dratch sets up for Katz, roll shot over, taken by Smagula, set by Cheng. Alfakori flies, sends it cross court, taken by Sirigiri, bumped up by Costa. Roll shot, overshot by Katz, no deflection. Brookline up 8-2 as we're gonna switch sides with Brookline over halfway to a victory here in set number 5. And the entire crowd on their feet, bringing the noise during this changeover. I hope you guys can hear me talk, because I can't. I can't hear myself talk. An electric Final Four atmosphere here between Brookline and Natick. Out of the switch of sides, Ryan Cheng back on serve. Received by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Katz the spike, he got it. Evan Katz not backing down in the face of Brookline's blockers as he picks up his team leading 18th kill. 43 assists for Luke Dratch. This serve received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Raybold deflected, taken by Feilau Ray, set by Dratch. Costa, roll shot. Mike Costa has really upped his precision game on hitting in these last few sets as he picks up his 12th kill, and a timeout is called. Luke Dratch, through the first couple of sets, was trailing behind Alex Smagula in terms of assist numbers between the two starting setters. Dratch now has 10 more assists than Smagula at 44-34. But one very interesting pattern between these two teams is that in their 2 regular season matches, the setter with the most assists lost the match. Dratch had more assists than Smagula in the first match. Smagula and the Warriors won. Smagula had more assists than Dratch in the second match. Dratch and the Redhawks won. Now Dratch with more assists than Smagula here in the rubber match. Let's see what happens. Serve from Dratch, received by Lamb, set by Smagula. Alfakori the spike, dug out by Sirigiri, set by Feilau Ray. Roll shot Katz, taken by Lamb, set by Smagula. Back to Alfakori, he missed it. Trying to put the top spin on it, and he hits it. Gives Natick the free point as they're trying to pump up the crowd. They're trying to push for a comeback here. They have cut Brookline's lead in half from 6 down to 3. Dratch the serve, taken by Tomer, set by Smagula. Alfakori spike, dug out by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Katz, roll shot, taken by Tomer. Smagula sets, Tomer flies from the back, off the blocker's hands, taken by Costa, but too much traffic. Too much traffic on Natick's side. And Amir Tomer picks up a somewhat lucky kill there as Brookline goes back in the driver's seat. 14 kills for Tomer, 35 assists for Smagula, as now Natick gonna wipe up their side of the court with a towel. Nine to 5, Brookline leads. Natick needs 4 points to come back. Brookline needs 6 to win. A huge point coming up here. Liam Raybould on serve for the Warriors. Serve received by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. The spike from Katz, dug out by Raybould. Sent on two by Smagula, dug out by Dratch. Bumped up by Sirigiri. Costa, the roll shot, taken by Alpha Corey. Set by Smagula. Galucci sends it down with authority. Brookline leads by 5, and they need 5 to win the match. 5th kill for Galucci, 36th assist for Smagula. Serve taken by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Spike Costa deflected, taken by Alpha Corey. Battle at the net, won by Smagula. Alex Smagula, part hitter, part blocker on that play. I'm going to give him a kill for that one and give the assist to Alpha Corey. Brookline now up 6 as the serve received by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. A tap over, blocked! Alpha Corey with the assist from Galucci. A timeout called. What a huge block from Kais Alpha Corey, with Luca Galucci assisting. 3rd block for Alpha Corey, 5th for Galucci. Brookline bringing the noise. They're bringing the Olay chant as a kind of a preview of the World Cup craziness that we're getting here in the Massachusetts area soon, but also just bringing the hype for their team as they're knocking on the doorstep. All right, here we go out of the timeout. Brookline needs just 3 points to set up their date with destiny. Raybould, the serve, taken by Sirigiri, set by Dratch. Costa the tap over, deflected, recovered by Smagula. Lamb sets, Alpha Corey overshoots that roll shot. Natick takes the point there. Some notes in the live chat that I see. Juan Jose Galucci saying, go Luca Galucci, greetings from Argentina. Eli Traub saying, come on boys, let's get it back in the 5th. Serve now from Evan Katz, taken by Tomer, sets Smagula. Galucci powers through again. Luca Galucci finding his fire, trying to push Brookline to the finish line here in the semifinals. That's his 6th kill. Smagula his 37th assist. On serve, Alpha Corey off the fingertips of Sirigiri. Katz sets it up for Fela Ray to bump over. Taken by Alpha Corey. Set by Smagula. Tomer sends it off the hands of Katz. Kept alive by Sirigiri. Bumped over by Fela Ray. Received by Galucci. Spiked onto by Smagula. Alex Smagula said, I'll do it myself. His 2nd kill. Galucci, his 2nd assist. It is match point for Brookline. Get on your feet. Alpha Corey the serve, received by Sirigiri, bumped up barely by Dratch, punched over by Costa, taken by Galucci, set by Smagula. Galucci! For the 2nd year in a row, Luca Galucci punches the ticket for the Warriors. State championship game, here we come. It was Galucci who got the match-winning block against Newton North in last year's Final Four. And now he gets the match-winning kill in this Final Four. The title defense is alive for the Brookline Warriors as they will be going to the state finals on Friday. The final score here in Newton, the Brookline High Warriors 3 sets, the Natick High Redhawks 2. Set scores 25-19, 25-13, 20-25, 18-25, 15-6. That's going to be a wrap on this broadcast. I'll say a few final things to wrap up. First off, hats off to Natick for another amazing season. This Red Hawks team has been one of the great powerhouses in Massachusetts boys volleyball over these past 4 years. And even though this senior class graduates without a state championship, they have every reason to hold their heads up high. 3 straight trips to the Final Four for these Red Hawks. And this graduating class of 2026 has been a critical part of that year in and year out. And they can graduate knowing that they had stellar volleyball careers for Natick. Hats off to the graduating Natick seniors, Dhruv Sirigiri, Ethan Yee, Matt Andrade, Mike Costa, Henry Engelman, Phineas Rando, and Luke Dratch. And hats off to Natick for another fantastic season of Red Hawks volleyball. I want to give one last thank you to our local sponsor for today, Brookline Proven, your local source for home improvement contractors. BHS sports parent Paul Hom and his team can do anything from remodels to handyman honey-do lists. They live in Brookline, they work in Brookline, and they know just what a Brookline home needs. Visit brklnproven.com or text Paul at 617-352-8829 to find out more and discuss the scheduling, pricing, and specifics of the services your home needs. Once again, that's brklnproven.com or text 617-352-8829. And thank you one last time to Brookline Proven for sponsoring this broadcast. And thank you to all the fans in the live chat. I know I didn't get to everybody. I think the last one I was able to say was Eli Traub, another Brookline High volleyball alum, saying, "Come on, boys, let's get it back in the 5th," which they ultimately did. Dwebo also saying, "Let's go Brookline." Kota Sukata saying, "Let's go Brookline." Karen Chabon saying, "Let's go Brookline." Florencia Siegel saying, "Let's go Warriors." Kristaps Vivars, another alum, giving a waving emoji. Eli Traub saying, "Let's go." Charlie McSmush giving a confetti emoji there. And Connor Christopher rounding us out saying, "Thanks, Jesse." And thank you all for tuning in today. Final unofficial stats. This is just my own unofficial count for the match. For Natick, Luke Dratch with 44 assists and 5 kills. Evan Katz, 18 kills, 2 blocks, 1 assist. Mike Costa, 12 kills, 2 blocks, 1 assist. Whitaker Feilau Ray, 10 kills, 1 ace, 1 block, 1 assist. Henry Engelman, 6 kills, 2 blocks, 3 aces. Phineas Rando, 3 blocks. Dhruv Sirigiri, 2 assists. Daniel Brasco, 1 ace. For Brookline, I had Alex Magula with 38 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 kills. Kais Alfakuri with 18 kills, 3 blocks, 1 ace, and 1 assist. Amir Tomer, 14 kills and 8 service aces. Zach Spencer, 8 blocks, 3 kills, 1 assist. Liam Raybold, 8 blocks, 2 kills. Luca Gallucci, 7 kills, 5 blocks, 2 assists. Jacob Lamb, 2 assists. And that is it. Oh, wait, and Ryan Chang with 1 ace. One last note in the live chat from Mark Forgas saying, "Thank you again, Jesse. Lynn and I love your commentary, including your inclusion of Natick, just saying." Well, thank you very much for all your kind words in the live chat. Remember, folks, if there's anything you'd like to say after this live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of this video, where you can find the link and phone number for our local sponsor, Brookline Proven. You can also find the link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Community Foundation. And you can also find some links related to me, my personal website, jessesports.com, as well as my email and my social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be posting highlights from this match sometime either tonight or tomorrow on this channel here on YouTube, as well as on my social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook, so be sure to be on the lookout for those. But that's going to do it for this broadcast. Brookline 3, Natick 2, 25-19, 25-13, 20-25, 18-25, 15-6. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you at the state finals.